the ASM artist. What's going on, guys? It's the ASM artist here, back with another video. So the premise for this video, it's just going to be a trigger assortment, but the point is, this is the absolute most effort I've ever put into setting up to do a video. I got a new light over here. If you want to see what it looks like, I put up a behind the scenes video the day that I recorded this video on Instagram, so it's probably a couple days old by the time this video's up. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'll get right on it. So, got the new light. And then I have, a big reflector here. So we have 3-point lighting. And it looks pretty nice and flattering. I also have a black Pro Mist filter on my camera. And for the audio, it should sound even better because this microphone can... I don't even know what it is with audio. I don't know nearly as much about audio. It's like 96 something. It's like the highest quality professional audio. And this microphone could do that, but I realized I wasn't recording that with my audio recorder. But I just put it in that setting, so this should be the highest fidelity sound that has ever been on the channel. It should have like a lot of nuance. It should have like a lot of nuance and like texture to it. You should be able to really like hear fine details. And then we have my favorite lens for filming myself on the camera. The 35mm 1.4 by Fuji. Ooh. They came out with a new version of this lens. Or actually, it wasn't replacing this lens. It was just a similar focal length Fuji did. Because this lens is pretty old. It's like 10 years old. But it's a really popular, like, cult lens. Like, a lot of people really love this lens. I forgot to unplug the fridge. I always forget to unplug it. And then I forget to plug it back in when I'm done. So let's do that again. Yeah, but this lens just looks like magic for video. And then you can make it extra flattering with the black Pro Mist filter. Makes you look nice when you're recording yourself. Except for when your hair does that. I need to get a haircut. But then the light is all really soft, which, like, you notice that shadows aren't very harsh. The highlighted portion over here, because I'm bouncing my new light off this wall until my softbox comes, which I'm excited to see how that looks. I feel like this side isn't loud enough. Just a little tiny bit. Okay. So that's really soft because I'm bouncing that off the wall over there. And this is soft because it's just diffusing off of a white big diffuser. And this has a softbox on it, my backlight, so. But yay me, I'm learning 3-point lighting being a film major. It's actually really cool. The first couple years of college sucked because it was all gen eds, but now I'm actually doing what I care about. The first trigger. One of my favorites. I'm shooting for 20 minutes for this video. Usually my videos are pretty short. Shouldn't have tweaked it. Okay, right in the middle here. Right in the middle, does it sound like the same volume? Now, it sounds like the same volume. I always have oh, damn it, there. Okay, check, right about there. Right about there. Okay, I always have a problem having because this is a stereo microphone, but I'm doing it like the hard way. So a lot of people use these microphones with USB. But to get the high quality sound that I'm getting right now, I have to do it in 2 channels through XLR into my audio recorder, which just that XLR can support higher audio fidelity. But then the 2 channels, like I often like have one that's louder than the other, and it's a pain in the butt. Just some dry hand sounds. Oh, I'm so excited. I have such a good ramble lined up in a couple minutes. got a new camera. I showed it on Instagram. This room just has just enough echo because I have a couple audio panels on the wall. This studio is really coming together when it comes to, like, I'm happy with how the videos look and sound here. Except for this doesn't feel like enough of a background. I want to go like wider, but it's like just like awkward with the way the room is. I have this big bed here that I used to move out of the way, so I have a lot less. So I have a lot less space because of the bed. I hope the hand sounds are nice and crisp with the highest quality audio possible. And then the car noises in the background are nice and crisp. I saw it lost focus there. It always usually does, this old lens. I'm thinking, okay, one of my favorite lenses right there, that little tiny silver one, not the big one. That's a Viltrox, it's a third-party lens, but this is a Fujifilm first-party lens. It's a little f2 prime, 23mm focal length, equivalent to 35mm focal length, which is actually the same lens that is fixed on this camera that I'm going to talk to you about in a little bit. So this is the same focal length as that. I got this camera and I really like it, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But because I got that and I really like it, I'm thinking about selling this lens because it'd be redundant to have that camera that only has that lens and then that lens as well. I'll probably never use it, you know? So I was thinking about selling that and maybe one other thing, and then buying the new 18mm 1.4 the Fujifilm put out. They have been coming out with a new line of lenses and kind of like replacing their older ones. And the 18 is really compelling because it's just a little bit wider than this 23, just by a couple millimeters. But when you're getting to the wide angle end of camera focal lengths, the millimeters like become more dramatic. Like 1mm becomes like a more noticeable difference. But whenever you're more telephoto, like the difference between like 85mm and 100mm is not as noticeable as like 18 to 16. Like, you'll notice that. Anyway. Yeah, it'd be a lot bigger of a lens, but it would be a nice wide angle. Like, it would complement this lens well. It wouldn't be so close to this in focal length, because I don't think this is like my favorite lens. It's magic. And check out my community tab, by the way, if you don't regularly check that out, because I put up some pictures I put up a picture from my engagement shoot that I did. I shot someone's engagement photos. I'm really getting into photography. I mainly did video for such a long time, and now photography's like, I'm liking it. Oh, I don't have it. Dang it. I got such a good print. I mean, it wouldn't convey through the video how good it was because you had to actually like hold it and see it in real life. But I got this really good picture. I'll pop it up here of this sunrise at my house, and it was so beautiful, and the foreground was just perfect. I was there at the exact right moment where the sun started spilling out onto the field, and I just loved it. And I got to print that out with a high quality paper at my university's photography printing place. Like, they have industry printers and stuff, and now I want my own smaller version of those printers for my photography. But it's just it's so good. Like, I feel like I could sell this print. So eventually I'm working on getting my website up. It'll be mattjacobsbusiness.com, and I think there will be a section on there for the ASM artist. So it'll be cool. You can, I don't know what I'll put on there about the ASM artist, probably just like the social media and a couple like big things. But it's just going to be like all my things, like my portfolio of my best videos, my best photography, and the different kinds of photography I do. Maybe I'll sell some prints on there as well. So give it 2 years. We'll see if I'm trying to promote my own landscape photography prints. Okay. Losing focus again. The whole reason I went into that rant about buying that 18 millimeter. I said it was like a little bit wider and stuff. And it's a lot newer, so it's like really expensive too. But it would have the newest. It's kind of crazy, Fujifilm, how like advanced they are. They're like actually make most of their money in pharmaceuticals and like medical equipment. And then they make the next most money making cinema lenses. Like every movie is shot on Fujifilm cinema lenses. And then I have like a more consumer version of their cameras and lenses. But their new lenses use like magnets to focus. It's a linear focusing thing. So the different glass elements in the lens, like when it turns on, like a magnetic field is started and like they hover. And then the focus, like they just go in within the magnetic field, like the magnet trains. Like that's what it was inspired by. And it's just like crazy technology. So the new lenses, they have that linear motor, it's called. And they're super fast and accurate and quiet. And this is like a stepping motor. It's an older autofocus system. And I think you saw maybe once or twice where kind of like snaps, like it moves in steps. It doesn't, like the linear motor, it can go to any point. It just has smarter algorithms and stuff. I'm excited for the softbox to finally come. I got the stand and the light over here, but the softbox is a big, called an aperture lantern. It's a big round bulb, and it'll cast really soft light without me having to bounce it off the ceiling over here. And I don't know. I'm excited. It'll be really good. But anyway, let's talk about this camera. Finally, what might inspire buying that really expensive lens? Do some ASMR with it as well. So it has a little piece of tape right here. This is a Fujifilm X100F. The X100 series in Fujifilm, it started with just the regular X100. Listen to that aperture ring. And then the second one was X100S, and then the third one was X100T, fourth one, X100F. And there's one newer than this called X100V for 5, the Roman numeral. I'll take this lens hood off. This is actually how big it is. It's a very compact camera. Focus on it, not me. Okay. So that's the whole point of like, the lens doesn't come out of this one. This is what you got. But because of that, it's built farther into the body. They don't need to design it to be able to put more lenses on. So it's specializes. Focus on it, not me. So yeah, it's a really beautiful camera. It looks like the Apple camera emoji, literally. And it just works really well. It has nice clicky. Oh. It's trying to focus, but it's like too close for it to actually focus. It sees you. That's how quiet it is when it takes a picture. I'll let you listen to that again one more time. It's a special shutter called a leaf shutter. And that's the focusing here. And then shutter. It's so quiet. I'll talk about the leaf shutter another time. I'm all technical talked out. Let's just do some triggers. Visual, look at it. Bow. The colors look so nice. there's such a good look to I'll turn down the brightness probably, but it looks so good whenever you just have a good amount of light. It's very flattering. Not flattering whenever the camera doesn't focus on your face. I wonder how much of it has been focused on the mic and not my face, and I didn't even realize. Probably more than I even know. Do you guys want another episode of ASMR podcast? The first one, I don't remember if it got views or not. I haven't been checking my analytics nearly as religiously as I did when I started the channel, just because I simply don't have that much time now that the college semester is back in swing, and it's not like a remote semester, which made it easy to do videos all the time. Back in the remote semester when I was doing the channel in college, oh my god, I was doing 3 videos at a time because I had to set up my backdrop and everything every time I wanted to record. And this is even more work that I did for setting up this video, and it looks like probably marginally better than the other content. It looks like exactly the same, but it's nice and symmetrical. And right down the line, right in the middle of my head, and the shells. My head meets right in the middle. Now it focuses. Now it focuses just to make me look like a fool. A daft buffoon. Is this still the same volume on both sides? Both sides, is it still the same volume? I do believe it is. It's close. It's close enough. I think I need to go to this ear for just a little while. I always psych myself out about the audio. Don't worry. I'm putting it on. You can hear it, right? You can hear it over here. You can hear it over here. You don't need to see it. You can just hear it. Why does the trigger always have to be on the screen, right? You can enjoy my lighting setup that I tried really hard to do. And you can imagine what the trigger is and what it looks like. I've been working out, can you tell? I used to be so strong. Or so much stronger, I mean. I wrestled. No one knows or expects this about me, but I wrestled for 9 years. That was my sport of choice in high school. Well, since I did it from 1st grade to 9th grade, so. But I did get varsity in 9th grade, which is really hard to do as a freshman, you know. Obviously, I was working out all the time when I did that, and I was in much better shape, and now I've lost it a little bit. But I'm working out at least once a week, eating a little bit healthier, you know. If you haven't subscribed to my other channel, Matt Jacobs, I need to turn down that focusing speed. That does not look good. I think I changed it for another lens, but now it's too fast or something. Matt Jacobs. Subscribe to Matt Jacobs. That is my camera channel where I talk about and review my different cameras and lenses, so eventually we'll have an in-depth video about this instead of just service level cool facts that would be interesting to most people. But if you're more of a camera nerd yourself, you might like my channel, or if you are looking into the Fujifilm system, you know. watching. I'll do a nothing but hand sounds video soon. It's on face detection. Apparently just covering my chin is enough to make it not a face. Alright. It's not focused again. That's making me mad. It probably wasn't focused for most of the video if that's what it's doing now. Face. I have a face. I have a face. I'm the human, not this. I'm talking, I have eyes, you know? What's so hard about that? Anyway. Alright, so thank you for watching. I'll be sure to do a nothing but hand sounds video, which has this level of quality and effort put into it. Do more hi-fi and lo-fi mixed together because you guys like both. But let me know what you think of this setup. Does it look better than ever, or do you not even notice? Probably won't even notice. Or you'll say it looks better just to make me feel good about it. But this light was a really good investment for my video business as well. And even for some photography, it could be used as a continuous light. Most is done with flash. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. I want to hear from you. I'm sorry that I haven't been posting as much lately. I'm doing what I can. I know you guys understand because you all have lives as well. I'm not just a full-time ASM artist. I'm sure you could guess that. So maybe someday. Depends on how everything goes. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Let me know if you want to see more ASMR podcast, or if you just want me to start a podcast, for God's sakes. Matt, start a podcast. Say that in the comments. It's funny because I do say stuff at the end, and then you guys do verbatim comment that when I tell you to do it. So shout out to Patty and a couple other people that did that in the one other video. They're like, I did it, Matt. I watched all the way through, and I guess I said to do that even though I forgot. Anyway, thanks for watching for like the third time. And this time I'm actually going. Bye.